gonna have a controversial topic in a debate. This is marijuana legalization, where are gonna see the aspects, impacts, and consequences about this measure. We are gonna hear about the political, economical, and social area as a personal health. So we are gonna start with the team in favor.
Thank you, moderator. Well, I'm the side that is going to be in favor of the legalization of marijuana in Mexico. First of all, I want to add or put in the table that this consumption of marijuana in Mexico is not something that is going to happen if we legalize the herb. This is a consumption that is been with us from a very, very long time period from now. It's almost like a cultural stigma from the people and, well, the people who lives in Mexico. Because we haven't seen the use from this herb from almost, we have, in studies we have that this was used as a medicine in the Revolutionary War from Mexico when Pancho Villa and all that history times. So saying this, we can notice that this marijuana plant is part of the cultural Mexico nowadays. I want to emphasize that this measure has to be analyzed from a lot of perspectives, because when it comes to legalize the marijuana, you have to analyze like the public health impact, the society, the rules and settlements that we are going to put, and what is the best option to people to obtain this herb. Also, it has a very, very strong impact in the economy. If we can like put a sort of tax into this herb, well, the income that we are going to receive from these taxes is going to be huge, because we can use also these taxes to fight other drugs or other problems, even to start campaigns to decrease the consumption of drugs in Mexico, and given like other view, don't be restrictive and being harsh with the people, but we can do it in a different way, so we can help them in another way, not criminalize them with the possession, but treat it like a patient that is suffering from a disease, because at the end of the day, drug addiction is kind of disease, because it loses all of that. So I hope that this debate we can analyze both points, and we can ensure that the decision that people can have, it will be the most informed and most legit from both parties.
Okay. Now we're gonna hear the team against.
Okay. Well, thank you, moderator. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will talk about the legalization of drugs in Mexico. As we navigate this complex topic, it's imperative to underscore the profound implication and potential repercussion that such a decision would entail. So, advocates for a drug legalization often highlight potential benefits such as reduced crime rates, increased tax revenue, and improved public health outcomes. I know, but however, the stark reality demands a more nuanced examination. Okay? So, first and foremost, legalization drugs sends a detrimental message about societal values and public health, and it implies an absence of substance abuse as a normative behavior rather than the grave public health concern. Okay, so this normalization can erode the very fabric of our society, leading to increased rates of addiction and associated social ills. Okay? Furthermore, the idea of taxing drugs to generate revenues overlooks the broader social cost of addiction, the economy burden of the healthcare system, law enforcement, and social services will likely surpass any revenue gained from taxation. Yeah. The true cost of addiction extends far beyond the price of the substance themselves. Okay, so legalization also poses significant challenge in terms of regulation and enforcement, because how we can ensure that drugs are distributed safely and responsibly. Okay, the potential for exploitation by criminal enterprise remains a very real threat, and our capacity to monitor and control this industry is inherently limited. Okay, so let us not forget the vulnerable segments of our population, our young people who stand to bear to the brunt of the consequences. Legalization risks exposing them the high increased accessibility and normalization of drugs use.
Okay, now we're gonna start with the first rebuttal. So let's hear the team in favor.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate all the information that you give to us. So you do mention that it's a concern when it comes to change all the values that we have as society in Mexico regarding the legalization of drugs. Mostly of the times people see as a marijuana as the equivalent to consume heroin or cocaine or other harsh drugs or more complicated drugs. They associate it with the same, they give it the same weight as consumption of marijuana. When it comes that many societies that we can see or we can analyze, that there are people, well, the nations or countries that legalize the marijuana, such as Canada. The society itself, it has a lot of values. The people is where a lot of less crime rates you can notice. That is comes when you say that the values of the people are going to go down because this kind of legalization will be the cost. Like I say in my opening, this consumption is not something that is going to happen in the future. It's been happening all the time. And marijuana is likely the less dangerous or less harmful drug for consumption. Even the tobacco or the cigarettes are a lot of percentage harmful for your heart, for your brain, for your blood, and it's legal. You can go to any kind of store to purchase this product. So where is the concern about the public health is going to surpass the capacity with the legalization of marijuana? I think if people start smoking a lot of less cigarettes and tobacco, and I will never encourage people to consume drugs, but we can see with evidence from public and scientists that analyze the marijuana have benefits from the body with a low consumption or a responsible or medicinal consumptions that we can not give you a struggle, but benefits.
Okay.
Okay, so let's gonna see the rebuttal of the team against.
Okay. Thank you very much. So you was talking about the history and also all the things that the marijuana use. Okay, but let's talk about a point of a specific point. Okay, so let's talk about young people. Okay, so according Mexican government is estimated that that are approximately 4.76 million of users of this drug that we say that is marijuana, but more than the half of whom started using it before the age of 18 years. Okay, so and also you talk about the benefits of the marijuana and all of this, but I have some data here that is based on biomedical, epidemiological, and psychological research of the Dr. or Miss Fernandez, who is a member of the Legislative Assembly of the Federal District, is in Mexico, that highlighted some of the negative effects that the use of marijuana has on some of the organs in, and also apparatus and systems of the body. She also pointed out, for example, that its consumption increases the risk up to 70% of contracting testicular cancer. In the same way, it can cause various malformation in fetus, problems in the motor development of the children, also depression, impulsivity, apathy, anxiety, and causes of psychosis and schizophrenia. Okay, so let me talk about other point that you talked. So let's talk about an examples of other countries that have legalized synthetic drugs like marijuana or other drugs. We see that this has not always been an effective solution. Like Netherlands and Portugal have faced challenges such as increased drug use and drug-related problems despite the legalization or discrimination.
Okay, thank you. So let's gonna start with the direct confrontation. So let's start with the team in favor.
All right. So in this part, I have to ask two questions, right? Well, you say that there was a research from this doctor that it show us how increase our increase the chances of acquiring diseases from the uses. But when it comes to a legalization, when it's more informed, don't you think that when we have the basis and all the information, instead of just ban it and not go further into researches with scientists, they can give us more information of what is really going on with this drug or with this plant whenever we consume it, because I think the researches and all these studies that you have, there are lack of if we legalize this drug, we can analyze better the effects that it's going to have in the person that consumes it, because we cannot analyze or do experiments like in public universities do the type of chemical that the drug has that is banned from studies, from everything. So we can go further into information that we have. We have a very brief information from marijuana through these prohibitions. So I don't see
1 minute.
how you think that the banned substances and putting into blank all the information cannot let us to have like a responsible decision to take or not this drug, and what is going to be more beneficial or is going to be cause me more damage. But we only going to have this decision if we will do this information informed until we have this type of legalization or legislation that can let us study a little bit more about the drug. And that's it.
10 seconds. That's it. Okay. So, team against.
Okay, so to talk about that, we need to investigate more this drug that, and also you say that is a lack of information in these investigations, but this information is in the website of the government of Mexico. All the information can you find it if you take one tap in your phone. Okay, so and also this also all the information in the government page, and also some studies that also they quote says about that they understand that it's a lot of population that use this drug, but in the 90% of the cases that the person that use this drug is the first drug that they use. Okay, but this is the opening of the world of the drugs, because they use marijuana first, and also they use in cocaine, and also all of this. Okay, so also in this part we need to do some questions. So let me do one question. So how will you address the potential increase in drug use among young people if the legalization were implemented? So how you can manage that the drugs can't be in the hands of the young? So
How?
how?
Well, it's like when it's come to like the same measure that we have with alcohol and cigarettes, that we can only sell it through people that is over the age of 18 or 21. It depends where in the country. But we can be on strict on that, and when it's handled by the government and the public state, there are less cartels and drug traffickers that want to do business with this drug, and the price is going to go low. And this will
1 minute.
we can see the interest of young people will decrease due for some sort of teenagers. The substances that are prohibited, they are not allowed to take it. They are more interested in consuming that. So we can add like a legislation or restriction to acquire these substances, like we do with the alcohol, and we can provide it even a higher quality or better.
10 seconds.
A better substance.
Okay.
I don't know how.
Okay. Well, let me answer some of this. So if we consider that the access of these type of drugs will be limited only for adults, let me tell you some percentage that economic study of objective communities say have, that is the 20% of the high school people
Okay,
that are normal.
okay, we're gonna start with the questions. So, team in favor, how will marijuana legalization affect the black market and the organized crime?
All right. Well, I will add to that how we will reduce the participation in that organization crime. When the public system take care of all the logistic, production, sale, marketing, and all of that sector of that, the distribution and all of that, we can see that the people there, well, what we have, what increased the price of the marijuana is that it's illegal. Managed product that it's illegal, it can cause consequences to the people who manage these substance. Like say they're going to go to prison if they are catched by the law, trafficking or porting this substance. And that's what gives the price that it has on the streets, and that's where the organized crimes and drug traffickers get their revenues from there, because the prices are so elevated, and that's how they finance all these, kidnappings, murder, extortion. All the money comes from drugs, and when you put on legalization a drug, well, now it's not illegal, it's legal, so the price itself is going to go down, and this is going to be ahead from the cartels, because they do a lot of businesses with marijuana and all the other substances that you can obtain from that. And we can see that when it comes to the government to use these, be in charge of this, like I said before, we can see that the product itself is going to have a better quality, not to get like better quality from like the effect itself on the drug. I don't want to say that. I mean their process and all that is going to be more clean, efficient, and from the consumer, because sometimes when it's in the black market, they use pesticides, they use a lot of other different things that can in fact give you more or damage your health even more, because if they use cheap fertilizer to the plants, what is going to cause you harm or damage to your body is not going to be the marijuana itself. It's going to be the products that these cartel use in order to obtain the plant. So when the government use these, is in charge of that, the quality is going to be healthier and cleaner from the end consumer, adult and responsible, that they take the decision of consume this drug, because it's another point when it comes to telling the people, you as a government, to what to do or what not to do. Here in Mexico we have a right that it's, I don't know how to translate it in Spanish, but it calls desarrollo de la personalidad, that this right from you give you the chance to decide to use the substances you want to do in your body. So as adults and a public system that when it comes to justice, we have to analyze all these considerations, so we can notice that Mexico we have rights to do what the people want to do when they are overage and they have the all informed and all the information of the marijuana, so they can really set the decision.
Okay, let's go with another quickly question. At the beginning, you mentioned something about taxes. Are they really an advantage for the legalization?
Yes. Well, as like I told you that when the government is going to be in charge of the distribution,
10 seconds.
they're going to tax them, and instead of this money going to cartels and drug traffic and organized crime, is going to be to the public system. So we can use this to improve medical health care, or other considerations that the government can take action.
Okay, let's go with the team against. You mentioned something about some kinds of diseases. So they are like in a continuous consume of the marijuana, or just with a sporadically consume?
No, this is it. We are taking in consideration that it's an abuse of this drug. Okay, so that, as I mentioned, that exists a lot of market for some reason, and it's here in Mexico that have marijuana every day, smoke marijuana every day. So we are taking in consideration that it's abuse of this drug. Also, all the things in excess is an abuse.
So it is like about implementation in the person who abuse about this substance. But if we talk about the person who do it like I don't know, less than twice in a week, so are they gonna have some disease or some consequence?
Well, yeah, not the same for the person that it's every day, but it's in this is in a long place, you know. So if at least twice a week, so have some consequences. Also, if the person that smoke tobacco, so have the pulmon, that have problems. So yeah, also have disease or have problems, but not the same.
Okay, so if I do it less than twice in a week, it's good for me. It's not a bad habit.
Well, you know, it's your life, so you can do whatever you want. So, but it's your lifestyle, so you can do whatever you want. But if we talk about the in law, that's illegal because marijuana is illegal in Mexico.
But it is not affect my health if I do it like.
Well, as the same.
So it's not a bad thing.
It's in a long time. Not today, not tomorrow. You have problems, but maybe in 5 years, 10 years, you will have problems.
Okay. So which kind of alternatives can you implement to the society which consume this kind of, who consumes this kind of substance?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Which alternative can you implement in the society who abuse or consume this drug?
Well, it exists the rehabilitation,
Rehab.
yeah. So that are places that can help us, or can help them. So it is exist for something, because in I know so I know some people, also family that has problem with the drugs or all of this, so they know all the situation and have the support of all the people. So it's not something that I can do. So because if the person wants help, they will be helped. So
So is there not a specific solution for those persons who consume the drug?
no, it's not only one solution. It is exists.
But if we talk about I'm consuming, but if I cannot consume, uh, what another which another option do I have to consume?
Well,
Sebastian.
so
So let's close this topic with a good debate and a good change of that little.
So, okay, right. So, for end this debate, we are going to conclude. First of all, I want to thank you both for this debate. It was a very informative way to exchange ideas from each party, that all of them are right and we can analyze both of them, so we can analyze it a little bit better. But let me say a short sentences that I found, that by legalizing and regulating marijuana in Mexico, we can have the opportunity to shift from other prohibition, failed policy to a very more rational and efficient path, I think. And well, we can prioritize always, this discussion is always to prioritize the well-being and the good wealth of the citizens. So the evidence we can see is clear: prohibition had only exacerbate social problems, fueling violence, perpetuating inequalities, and reducing resources that could be better allocated towards a constructive path.
Okay, team agrees.
okay. So also let me thank you for the moderator and also for the other part in favor. So they give me also good information, also other view of this topic. Okay, so and also I know that this type of drug is the most used in the world, but that's not the reason that it will be legalized. Yes, well, for the moment here in Mexico, we have other situations that we prioritize, and also the problem with the narco traffic is also a big problem, that some of them have the control of these drugs. So we need to be careful with this topic, and also let's talk about the most important part, that is the public safety. So it's not legalized, the marijuana is not secure that the crime decrease, because here in Mexico have different values that the other countries that legalized this type of drug, and also have other point of view also. So if you want to to take it or smoke is your responsibility. Also take in consideration all the problems that you will have. With it's the same with the other drugs. Or
Okay. As a conclusion, we heard different points of view about this topic. So they did it in a respectful way and in the choice of the person who consume or not consume the drug. So the decision, like my partner said, is depending of the person who decide to consume it. So probably to a person who currently do it, it could sound like a good decision to legalize the marijuana. But if we talk about the person who are like knowledge or don't like this drug or any kind of drug, can sound like a crazy implementation in our society. So depending the decision and implementation, it could have a lot of consequences, good and bad even. So it's a topic that consumes time and a lot of argumentation in the decision and making the decision to see how can it be helpful for each part. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
thank